Welcome back to the third installment of the Homestead 100 Challenge by Bad Pumpkin. So, what we have to do is we have to get a field put in, and I need to get it planted so that I have something to feed chickens when we get them. So, let's go ahead, get this all underway because it's got to get done. I'm just going to put a field in on this little slope here, and hopefully it doesn't tell me I'm not on my own land. Okay, maybe it did a little bit, but we got her going. And yes, this plow is probably a little too big for this tractor. We're going to make it work, you guys. Ugh.
This one be mine. This is mine.
All right, you guys, we are struggling up this hill. I probably bought the wrong plow, but can't go back on it now. All right, where does this property run to? We're basically to the end of it. All right. Yeah. How are we doing here? All right, we're on the very edge of our property. So let's go ahead and straighten it back out. I don't know how big this field really truly is. I'm hoping that it's big enough to get what we need done. I think it will be. We're just going to plant barley in it. So I am leaving this area up top a little bit cleaned up so that we can put a yard in up there because it's more flat. I do have a load of wood ready to go to be sold. And I do need to get I'd like to get my field in and then see if I have enough money once I sell that load of wood to purchase maybe a mower. I'm hoping for a $5,000 log run there. And then I can get the double bar mower. Because I could essentially get my goats and sheep pen started, which is something I'd really like to do. but I can't do any of the goats and sheep stuff until I have actually got some grass to feed them. And technically speaking, I should get a field in there for grass. So what will my yard have on it? It's going to have the house. It's going to have some sort of barn or shed that will store equipment. And I think it's also going to have a grain storage location that will a grain storage that can essentially count as a holding bin for my grain. And I'd like to have some form of a hay storage. I don't know what type of hay storage, but something should be in place, I feel like. And I shouldn't need anything massive for a mower. And while I'm struggling through with this, I can quickly look at different mowers. So there's that one at 5,000. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. Okay, so there was the double bar mower at 5,000, and then we've got the this Lizard RDMR 300, which is a behind the tractor one, which would be fine. We have the Oliver conditioner, which is again would probably be fine, and it might actually be the one I'd go with, because looking through here, that one may actually be ideal. I know that there's a couple sickle bar mowers. They're like 2 meters wide, so I'm not really keen on those, but whatever we wind up choosing, I'm sure it'll do just fine. But we are definitely going to just finish this up and get the field planted. I'm not going to worry about lime. I mean, I should. Well, we'll see. I may worry about lime. Alright, so we've gotten this field worked up. It's not huge, but it'll work. I don't know how far over our property goes. Oh, it goes over quite a ways, actually, if I wanted to. I could get a grass field figured out as well. All right. Alright, so I don't really have to worry about that. I really just have to worry about this. This plow is just way too heavy. Alright. Let's just drive this. And we're going to drive this. I'm having too many issues with that plow. As much as I want it, I just can't sit there and continue to struggle with it. So I am looking for something a little different. All right. I'm going to say that we got about $4,000 in logs here. Maybe 5. Probably not as much as I'd like. We're about to find out. That's for certain. Oh. Wow. All right. Well, let's get this going. So we're going to select that color. Yeah, we'll just buy it. All right. We'll go ahead and straight up sell that. All right. And then we are going to get a fertilizer spreader that also does lime, I think. Maybe. Just not that one. Or them. I really like that one, but not sure I can. All right. All right, I think we can do this one. And we'll get some hand liftable bags of lime. Okay. Try and haul the lime back in the truck. And the trailer and see how much we can do. Alright, I think we're doing okay with this. The only other things that I'm going to think about doing are I'll need to get a little bit more money so that we can purchase that, and then some way to pick it up. Which I think I know how I'm going to do that. We're not going to worry about that on this episode though, guys. We are going to focus on finishing up the field prep and hopefully planting. Now my chicken yard will be up on my yard where my goats will probably be in behind somewhere in the trees. So what I'm going to do is I would like to kind of have some form of a yard. Not forest ground. Gravel. So, yeah. So we'll just kind of have something like this. Yeah. And we can run this up a little bit more. Take that. All right. Let's go ahead and get this guy down to the thing to pick up the things. It's such a long drive back and forth. But we'll get the plow and then we'll get the spreader. We can easily get that stuff done in a hurry. I'll show you guys the chicken run that I'm thinking about doing while we're driving. Alright, it is... I believe this one. Yep. So that's the one I'm going to put in our yard when we get to it. It holds 100 chickens exactly. Which is to our benefit. As far as the goats are concerned, I haven't entirely figured out which one I'm going to do. I have thought about this goat barn, or sheep barn, which does hold, the full amount that we would be needing. As with this one, no, that one's something else. So yeah, I am actually thinking about this one right here, which I think is a good option. So all told, those two combined would cost just over $22,000. I'm figuring basically I have to figure in the cost of the landscaping, but $22,000 for that. The house that I am thinking about, and I need a house, I need some way to store bales or the grass that we grow, so that right there would be an additional, even if I did the haystack, it would be $2,000 plus another $20,000 for a base game silo, so there's another $22,000, so we're at 45-ish, I think, once you figure in terraforming for the land. And then I still need to acquire the equipment to harvest grass, which I'm factoring about $15,000 for that. And beyond that, I still have to get a harvester and a tipper trailer. So it doesn't have to be a huge tipper trailer to feed the chickens. So I factor probably about 10 grand for that, and the last remaining item would be a harvester, which I don't know what I'll do on that, but that could be $50,000, and then I still need to purchase my animals, and that won't be cheap, and I need $100,000 plus the farmhouse. And it would be ideal to have some sort of a barn or shed. So one option for the house would be the shed house. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and find that. Or the carriage house. I do like the carriage house. I might do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the carriage house. So that carriage house is, I might do that, yeah. I mean, I like this one, but I'm thinking the carriage house is the way to go, you guys. Because it gives me a shed for some of my equipment, especially like a harvester and things of that nature. So I would be looking at $200 and some $1,000. I do need to have some sort of a water source, and I will do that just because I should have some way of getting water to my animals. Now, the reason I was looking at the shed house, if you guys look at the shed house, it has water, it has fuel, it has a workshop, and it has pallet storage, but it also has sleeping quarters. So it would be an ideal type of house for this playthrough because versatility in this type of a map is what you're going to be looking for. It's very raw, undeveloped land, so you need some way of having a versatile map. So, I mean, all told, just to get to where I don't even have animals, we're probably looking at close to $200,000 of timber that I have to sell without having the animals, but it's doable. It's going to take a little bit of time. So yeah, we are going to work on getting this field plowed, and then we will focus on getting them the rest of the way prepped and hopefully planted. It shouldn't take long. It might be another 15-20 minutes to have everything done. So I hope that you guys are not bored yet. All right. All right, let's take a quick peek at the map. Make sure that we are within the confines of our field. All right. This might be a bigger field. I don't know if it's best to do this into grass or I don't know. Alrighty. All right, now we'll get this kind of finished off. We're not going to worry so much about not having a grass cutting until spring. I'm not going to be able to get the goats until spring anyways. I will make sure that my animals are at 100% health, though. I feel like that should be part of this playthrough. As you guys can see, we are making much quicker work of this second field than we did on the first field. Well, guys, as I'm thinking about this, you know, I want this to not be like a super quick playthrough. A lot of them are only being, 4 or 5 episodes, up to 7 or 8 at the most. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the plowing portion of this, and we'll call that an episode. And then in the next one, we will deal with purchasing the field information so that we can have maximum yield, and we will get the lime spread and the fields planted. I think that would be a great way to spread this out a little bit. And then we'll run our next focus on making some money to purchase other items, such as the remaining equipment besides a harvester. I do not want to use hand harvesters. I know that we are kind of primed for that sort of thing, but I really just don't want to use a hand harvester. It just seems like a bit unrealistic. Alrighty. But yeah, we'll get this finished plowed, and we'll call that the end of this one. It should just be 2 more swipes up and down the field. And yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how quickly it's come together. And we will definitely keep a little bit to the next episode, but I'm leaning towards making this my grass field and having that over there as a having that as our long-term dedicated field for grain. I do want to go back to this quick. And just kind of just something like that. And yeah. Just swing this around like so. All right, I like it. I like it, guys. I like it. I hope you guys do too. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be good for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you guys next time when we continue with the 4th installment of the Homestead 100 Challenge, brought to you by excuse me, brought to you by Bad Pumpkin. So, see you guys next time. This is Graybeard Gaming, wishing you the very best of days. Please be safe out there. Do not eat the yellow snow. It is not lemon flavored. Peace out, guys.